Ollie, great to see you bowling again. Where exactly are you with your recovery?
Yeah, I've just bowled 3 overs at 100%, so we're getting worked with Brent quite close this winter, and it's been a slow winter at times, but finally seeing the progress and the results now.
Going back to the end of last season, what was it that made you think, oh, there's something wrong here? Well, what exactly was the issue?
Yeah, I mean, in myself, I was fine. I didn't have any problems really, but we went for a scan sort of April last year. I was getting a bit of pain in the hip, and it showed I had signs of a cam hip, which is sort of where the ball and socket joint don't sort of grind correctly. And then I had another scan at the end of the year, and showed a cyst and a labral tear. So the professional opinion was to have the op for longevity more than anything. So I couldn't really go against that, and just went in and had it cleaned up really.
Brent Eales, team physio. We're watching Ollie have a bowl, which is obviously a great sight after the winter he's had. Yep. Just talk us through your role in bringing Ollie back to fitness.
Yeah, so obviously at the end of the completion of the season, he had an operation on his left hip. So then from there, it's really just managing that acute post-op phase. Everyone's a little bit sore after an operation, regardless of where it is. So it's just a matter of managing that phase, and then slowly chipping away at getting him back to being able to bowl. So the thing with sport is we always know where they've got to get to. It's just about building that pathway to get them there. So week by week, just chipping away at the things he needs to be able to do to bowl again.
You must end up spending a lot of time together during rehab.
Yeah. It gets pretty full on at times in terms of just the contact you're continually having with them. So I'm always reviewing Ollie every morning and pulling him aside and just only quick checks and all that, but there's kind of constant communication about it. So the players, Ollie's been great about it.
I think it's something I might have had from a young age, but then professional sports brought it out, whereas someone that might not play professional sport might not have the problem. Just one of those things, I think, but hopefully now we're the other side of it and we can look forward.
You mentioned it's been a bit of a slow winter. Talk us through the recovery process.
Yeah, so I had the op in October, and then for the first sort of 6-8 weeks there was not a lot of activity. I was on the sofa or walking to Hove, doing a slow bike, a slow pool session. It's quite repetitive really, but it's after Christmas it's been a bit more on feet, a bit more full going, back to running and back to full gym now with the lads, which is quite nice.
And you've been working a lot with Brent Eales, the team physio.
Yeah.
How important has he been in terms of your recovery?
Yeah, he's been really good. Not a bad word to say about him. He's been very good to work with, and we've become quite close mates working with each other, so it's been nice.
And I guess that is a big part of it, the relationship you build with a physio, because a lot of it is up in your head as well as in the hip, I guess.
Definitely, you need to trust the person you're working with, and trust Brent massively, so it's been easy and a nice recovery for me.
It's something that as a physio you've got to be aware of. You can't really do anything unless the mind wants you to do it. So there's certainly a role for considering that. Bodies aren't machines, humans aren't machines, so we can't just program them and make them do it. So yeah, that's where the communication comes in, building a supportive network around it. We're lucky enough to have some good help with Tom Cross and Nick Denny as well from a psychological point of view, so they're always around. And as a club, I think we're fairly attuned to those sorts of issues and dealing with the player, not just a cricketer with a hip.
You've mentioned your work with the coaching staff. Obviously, we're not a Premier League football team, so there's not hundreds of support staff. What else do you get involved with beyond working with players on their health and fitness?
The main thing, obviously, between myself and Matt and the rest of the support staff, the main is working on building as robust and strong players as we can. So there's a year round, we're just in the process at the moment going through our annual or biannual screening. So that's a more formal structure in terms of reviewing where the guys are at. We've got key markers and key things that we want to see the guys are able to do. So it's just kind of checking in and seeing where they're at with that. And then beyond that, then building a plan, similar process in terms of rehab, but making that pathway for them to be able to do what we need them to be able to do. And then day in, day out, it's just dealing with everything else that comes in from an injury point of view, whether it's guys locally, whether it's guys abroad, whether they're playing in T20 competitions or whether they're playing grade cricket in Australia, or whether they're in South Africa or whatever. We've got quite a worldwide group. So it's just keeping tabs on all of that.
obviously Sussex fans saw you take 74 Championship wickets last season, the most of any Englishman in the Championship. So they'll be wanting you back to your best. Are there going to be any lasting effects, or are you hoping to be the same bowler you were?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be the same bowler, if not better. I think I've been working on a few things with James Kirtley the last few weeks, and hopefully can add a little bit more pace, a bit more skill, and hopefully I can come back better than last year.
And I understand, whilst also focusing on your recovery, you've been pretty busy at home. Tell us what's been going on there.
Yeah, me and my partner bought a flat in Hove, so we've been renovating that. It's been tough work alongside the recovery, but we're finally seeing the progress. Got some floors down this week, so it's quite nice.
And what's next for you? You're going to South Africa ahead of the pre-season tour?
Yeah, got 2 weeks with about 6 or 7 lads going early for 2 weeks, and then the rest of the squad join up. Be so nice to get some sun and some warm weather training. Hopefully I can push my recovery on and get 100% fit for the first game of the year.
And that comes in the pre-season tour proper, which was out in Cape Town again, and I guess it would be great to be bowling in a match again, fully fit.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to be bowling back on grass, not in here. It's a hard surface in here, and it'd be nice to be outside, back playing, get the competitive juices going again. It'd be nice.
Well, it's great to see you bowling again, Ollie.
Thank you.